Okay. Three, two, one. Okay. Hey, everybody. This is Mr. Haig at Truth Seeking Souls podcast. So, who are we? What are we? Are we really the person that we see in the mirror? Are we that person? Well, the person that I look in the mirror, we can do a few changes. We can do a few changes, grow a few more hair, you know. So, but I'm just wondering about authenticity, and that's a very important word that we have. Authenticity is really being your true nature, who you are, and not pretend, I guess. But that's kind of hard to do, isn't that, Miss Jan Venturini? How are you?
I am really good. I
Good.
I would say this to you. How about before I get into that, I read something written by the Dalai Lama?
Okay, let's read it.
I think this is very powerful because I'll come back to it too.
Hmm.
It's entitled With Spirituality Comes Morality. Morality is doing what is right regardless of what you are told. Religion is doing what you are told regardless of what is right. Spiritual people are not godless. We just happen to honor the God in all of us.
Hmm.
His divinity is in you as it is in me. And the reason I'm reading that is because you would have to create a very large stretch from what I'm going to say right now.
Hmm.
The best metaphor that I've used for people that helps them understand is imagine a big, huge gray cloud in the sky. It's one cloud. But when it opens up, billions of raindrops fall and they go in all different directions. Some end up in the ocean, some end up in rivers, some evaporate right away. Each one has a different course to take. So each raindrop is going to have its own journey before it evaporates back into that cloud.
Hmm.
So you come in to be authentically you. And the way you do that is by following what's your passions, your truth, and you know it because when you're doing something, I would say that as an example, when you're sitting there behind that screen doing that podcast, you probably feel pretty expanded, don't you?
I do.
Pretty open, right? How do you feel when you're sitting down doing your taxes?
Well, I don't do them. My wife does them, but I get anxious. I get upset. I get nervous. I get really upset. I
Yeah,
feel like I'm being robbed.
you feel yourself a little contracted. Everything kind of.
Yeah, it's just it doesn't feel like I belong. I feel like, especially with the way this nation. I mean,
Wait a
if it
minute. Wait a minute.
was,
Nothing from the outside in, Jim. To be authentic,
mhm.
it's not about the outside.
Well, it feels like I'm not giving. That's the bottom line. And I say
Well,
that because of the outside. I mean, I'm not giving to my fellow Americans. I'm not paying for their Medicare. I'm not paying for their well-being. I'm not paying for the roads. I'm paying for another foreign country. So that's how I see it. And so I feel like I'm not giving. I don't mind paying taxes. I can
okay.
pay more taxes.
Well, I can look at you and say, okay, I'm going to tell you about Authentic Jim. Authentic Jim is a guy who's really creative. And back years ago, he came up with ideas for interactive websites, probably long before anybody else did, because authentically, he loved to create. It was just one of his greatest loves was to share. These are the early days of computer technology. A lot of people didn't understand the thing that they were using. But Jim created this outrage. He won an award for this outrageous site he created, I believe, for Long Beach, California, wasn't
It was
it?
Laguna Hills
Laguna Hills.
and Las Vegas.
And so then he moved on to becoming a father because he wanted to have a son. He wanted to have a child. He wanted to experience fatherhood.
Mhm.
And he wanted to help young people with media because for him, media was a door to the future. And so authentically, he became an ROP teacher in a high school so that he could be the instrument behind people. When he starts to look into the outer world, what he's looking at is things that were put into play centuries ago that are being lived out right now. But how you maintain your authenticity is to try to look in your life at what serves you and your community. You may not have a choice as where your tax dollars are going, but you do have a choice as to what you do in your community, what you do in your backyard, like making your pond bigger, what you do, in the way you help your son be able to be exposed to the things that help his life work. So what's really important for individuals, especially right now when everything is upside down and inside out, if I look outside or if I listen to Mr. Orange too much, it does cause me to feel like that it's to me, it's like the emperor's new clothes.
Uh-huh.
The State of a Union address last night, when I saw him come out and I saw all those people kowtowing to him, I felt like this is a funny farm. These are artificial praises to an artificial person who really doesn't have what it takes to run a world. However, the bigger picture is that he is an instrument of change.
Hmm.
You, you have to have somebody so bad at what they're doing in order for people to stand up and decide it's time. Do you know that there are more registered voters for this election in this fall than even for a presidential election?
Hmm.
That tells you people are waking up that I have to vote. This is important. So that helps the authenticity of the individual because it says, I matter. My vote counts. I'm important. So going back to, we are energy fields, but we all belong to one consciousness. All right. And that one consciousness is what we return to when we leave our body. So we add to that consciousness what we did in our life. And if you're always doing in your life what gives you joy, what gives you, makes you feel alive. All right. I love helping people, makes me feel alive. All right. I
Hmm.
connect to the other side. I love connecting and giving people bigger pictures of themselves. For me, that's just joy. All
Right.
right. I hurt for animals on the planet. Yes,
Yes.
I do. I hurt for young people who can't afford rent and houses and have to work three jobs. I hurt for those people who are suffering. I hurt for the immigrants. I do. But what I do is I ask for consciousness to assist them. I ask for the universe to work for them. And even last night, after that was over, and I had that State of the Union address was over, I had to do Ho'oponopono to dislodge my feelings about it. I use Ho'oponopono a lot. All right.
Oponopono?
Ho'oponopono. Ho'oponopono.
Oh.
Ho'oponopono is four statements. It's a Hawaiian healing technology. It's very simple. It's just, please forgive me. Thank you. I'm sorry. I love you.
It's
It
interesting because there was
dislodges
a Coda group named that I ran into. Opono.
what?
A Coda group that I saw. I
Yes.
actually
Well,
ran
probably
into
they were using Ho'oponopono. Many people use Ho'oponopono. I also
Oponopono.
use it in another technique where it's mixed with neurolinguistic programming.
Okay.
And it's called whole life integration. And in that one, we elaborate a little more on it. We incorporate more into it. But I will say this, that being a human being means you're not going to agree with everyone
Hmm.
because you're authentic. You're not going to deny yourself your feelings. Don't ever, they don't deny yourself that you hurt for the world, Jim. That makes you who you are. However, right now, when we're in this influx of absolute change, um, it's going to look inside out and upside down. And sometimes I'll go back and I'll watch a movie of the Vikings, or I'll go back and look at how barbaric we were in other times on the planet. And and it's just like, okay, every time we've gone through change, it hasn't been comfortable. Change is not comfortable.
No.
It's necessary. It's absolutely necessary.
Hmm.
And I know that for me, one of the enlightening books I read in the early 80s that stayed with me for absolutely ever because I felt so much truth in it was The Aquarian Conspiracy. And she talked about that we would come to a time in this century where we could no longer reform anything. Nothing could be reformed.
Hmm.
Therefore, we would have to, our whole educational system would have to be transformed. Our whole political system would have to be transformed. Our whole monetary system would have to be transformed.
Right.
Our whole social systems would have to be transformed.
Hmm.
All right. And there is integrity happening. Look at that AI company that is denying Hegseth permission to use it for the military. And he's denying permission because of what it would be used for.
Oh, that's him. I mean, he's awful.
Well, also, this company has integrity,
Yeah,
an
that's.
AI company with integrity. And because they said it, they stated, we will not allow this out for certain purposes. We will not.
Hmm.
All right. And so we're starting to see more and more integrity happening. We actually had a Supreme Court decision that against the tariffs, whether or not he'll listen to it. If he doesn't listen to it, it's going to really hurt him in the election this fall. And since he's not listening to anybody, it's going to hurt him. So things are happening. This is going to be an exciting year. I want to say that. So
It's.
I would like each person to know if you feel the world moving too fast or too slow under your feet, that's normal. That's just telling you start looking at what is it in your life that gives you joy. All right. And it can be simple things. I
Hmm.
can sit at the beach at the ocean and be really happy. I mean, it's a beautiful place for me to be. All
Hmm.
right. I can play with my dog and be totally happy. I can make homemade meatballs and spaghetti and be happy because everybody loves it. So, it's the simple things in life. Too much of our life is seeking things outside of our control. Where if we would
Oh
just
yeah.
start with seeking things that are within the limits, we
Hmm.
take the baby steps, like walking up a staircase, to get to those bigger things. All right. And so one of the ways that people disappoint themselves is they try to take something that's far beyond where they are in that moment. I used to all the time say to people, okay, what would you do? What do you want more than anything? Oh, $1 million. Okay. All right. What are you going to do with it? I just want it. Well, what will you do with it when you get it? I don't know. Well, then that doesn't have a lot of energy around it. Now, if somebody says to me, well, I'm going to create a foundation so that I can rescue all the elephants in Africa and I can do this, this, and this. Now, that's a person that really does want to manifest it to be of service for something. So if you want something, think about why you want it, what
Yeah,
you're going to do with it. And it's easy to become critical factors. When you're authentically you, you don't look over your shoulder and worry about something you did. When you're authentically you, you're not afraid to speak up in a kind way, whatever your truth is,
that's
and
right.
allow others theirs. Okay, each of us has a right to add the ingredients to make a great cake. All right, we each are unique, but yet we fill that same void, that same consciousness. But we only do it by being truly who we are.
And how do we know who we are?
We're God. We're God in a manifest form. You are God and I am God. That's why I read you what the Dalai Lama said. We are God created creatures. We are in the essence of God in a physical form.
Well, if I am God, then I'm not a very good one because I'm not controlling much of anything. Is that what people
You
think?
think if God's not controlling anything either.
Oh, okay. Ooh, that was a gut punch.
See, people think God's going to come down and save them. What they don't realize is every being was given free will.
Hmm.
Well, God doesn't have the right to come in and interfere with you because God's inside of you. So
Okay.
if you follow your heart, like what could you do, Jim, today to feel better about where your tax dollars are going? Maybe you want to take some of that donated money and give it to something you do believe in. So you feel like you are doing something with your money that has meaning for you. I give money to the ASPCA every month. to
Okay.
rescue rescue animals. I can't stand to see animals hurt. All right.
Of course not.
And I used to give it to Save the Children until I found out most of the money was going to the CEO and not to the kids.
Mm-hmm.
So find foundation, make sure you check out these foundations and see if the money's really going where it needs to go. That's
Mm-hmm.
important. So you can do things to make you feel good, but your essence is of God. You are. There is a wonderful little video you can go to called The Egg.
Okay.
And the egg is consciousness, represents all of consciousness. But this is a young man who died and was told, you are everything, you are all things. There is no separation. All right. We
But
only
why?
think
Okay, so where'd all these wars come from? So how was that manifested?
because we don't love every part of ourselves. We are at war within ourselves, so we are at war outside of ourselves.
But it doesn't help. Okay. Well, we're always at war within ourselves, aren't we?
It all
But
comes from
I don't go bombing children.
fear, greed, and power. All right.
Do you think that that explains Trump supporters?
Trump's a very insecure man. That's why he has to have his name on everything. But he wasn't really bonded to his mother as a child. And the
Hmm.
problem with that is it left him feeling disconnected. And dad was, he really relied on his father because he was his father's favorite child. But I think dad was a sociopath and
Yeah.
bipolar. And so, he learned from the mafia. He didn't have the best. He learned to be powerful is important, to make
Uh-huh.
money is important, and to never lose. And so that's why he can never ever admit that something he did isn't working.
You're
So he's
right.
a damaged man,
He's a
and
what?
he's a damaged man.
Oh
Very
yeah,
much so, born
obviously.
to a very wealthy family.
Uh-huh.
But he's unafraid. He's got a very good chart, astrology chart. He's not afraid to lie. He lies. Everything comes out of his mouth is a lie.
Oh yeah, and he believes it too. He doesn't think it's a lie.
Oh, no, it's not important whether and it's not important whether you believe it. Understand? He's
Yeah,
not saying that for you. He says it for himself. It doesn't matter to him whether if you like it or not.
obviously not.
If you have money to give him, then he likes you. If you don't, then he doesn't. It's simple.
Yeah.
But he's just nothing more than a figurehead to help us accept that we're not so separated. There's a million religions in the world, but
Hmm.
we're all beings. We all have hearts that beat. It doesn't matter the color of our skin, doesn't matter the language we speak. We're all part of the same thing. And to harm anything outside of ourselves is to harm inside ourselves. So the wars happen because we start out in life being told no a lot, and so we become critical. Then to feel good about ourselves, we have a tendency to criticize others. So this game that got created on this planet is something that has been ongoing for some time. The reality is when you go out of body, when you leave your body behind and take the larger essence of you to the other side, you aren't judged.
Hmm.
You don't have wars. There aren't animals killing animals. That doesn't happen. All right. So we try to bring that essence of what we are there into this world here, but it's very difficult to do it. It's very hard. But there are people who have accomplished it.
Right.
Gandhi accomplished it. He stayed true to himself through everything. All
Hmm.
right. There are those who stayed, who have Christ did it. All right. Buddha did it. There are many saints who have been able to master it.
Hmm.
So it's really when you believe in something so much greater than you that is beyond all actions, thoughts, and feelings that you no longer are controlled by it all.
Okay.
And it takes a lot of work. It's a daily vigil. It really is. But what I would say to people, Jim, is the most important thing is to always follow your heart, your intuition, and be careful with your mind unless it's your higher mind.
Hmm.
You would meditate more, you'll have more access to your higher mind because it takes meditation and prayer to be able to access more of the conscious mind and not the limited monkey mind.
That's right.
I mean, this is our greatest teaching from India is meditation.
That was a very good, useful teaching, but meditation is the key, obviously. It's just,
It is.
but so to find my true, authentic self, do I have to release all my fears and just trust?
You are your authentic self right now in this moment with doing nothing.
Okay, so is not, I mean, what is nothingness? Is that just
It's
basically,
the absence of all thought, feeling, criticism, judgment.
hmm
It's that empty space one can get if they meditate.
So am I not supposed to judge Donald Trump?
Um, you know,
You were yelling at the screen, you told me.
I do not agree
Uh-huh.
with Donald Trump. All right.
Mhm.
Yet, if I look at it through consciousness, I realize that this essence of this man is in the right place right now for us to wake up to what kind of world do we want to live in.
Mhm.
And the kind of world I want to live in is one that, I mean, it's my password oneness, all people, getting along with all people. All right, allowing for differences of opinion,
Mhm.
allowing for different belief systems, supporting each other in anything that is harmless to others.
Mhm.
So harmlessness, I think, is critical in order for people to really, and actually, in truth, I've spoke to many veterans that have been in wars that have had to kill, and they said you die inside when you kill. There's a part of you that you
Oh
lose if
yeah,
you
that's
ever
where
get back.
PTSD comes from. Oh sure.
Absolutely. So it's not our natural way to harm others. It's not natural. It's not part of our, and so to be authentic is to be honest with yourself and others, even when it's painful. All right.
Mhm.
To be completely honest. I know of a couple who did this in their relationship, and they lived their life with microscopic honesty.
Mhm.
One of the things I noticed about them is they didn't age like other people
Right.
because they had no tensions in their face, none. And they were absolutely honest. But everything came out. They did not keep anything from their partner at all. And so to be authentic is to be who you are. And if who you are wants to complain about everything, that's fine. Do it.
Mhm.
It's fine. If it makes you feel better, do it. If it doesn't make you feel better, then look at it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
That's really important. But because you're Pisces, the two fish swimming in opposite directions, all right, you're highly intuitive, Jim.
Mhm.
And with that worldly, I want things to work for everybody, that's your authentic self, it's not going to be in agreement with what's happening right now. All right.
Oh,
You look at
obviously
what's
not.
going on, and none of us want a war with Iran. All right. None of us want, I mean, I hurt for what happened to the Gaza Strip. Absolutely. And yet, I know also, too,
Mhm.
that people volunteer to
They
be
do.
in situations to wake us up.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's very true. But we do. I mean, I'm just wondering how that happens.
Oh, many times, it's what's interesting on the other side, Jim.
What's that?
Some of the people who love you the most will volunteer to be the petty tyrants in your life if it will help you grow into your soul more, become more aware of yourself. All right. So, in reality, those people that you have the most difficult time with, and
Mhm.
children are the number one culprits usually.
Mhm.
They force us to have to look at ourselves over and over because they push every button. All
I would
right.
imagine so, yeah. I would imagine so because it's the well, I mean, I think my buttons all been pushed. Because I'm, like I said, I'm a high school teacher and it's you just kind of learn to deal with it, but I get a lot of joy where I'm at. So it's not
Yes,
like
you do. You are creating adults in the world that will go out there, and because of what you've taught them, they're better going to be more authentically who they are.
Well, that's the goal. I want them to be their real selves and I want them to be caring individuals and not, and not basically cause destruction on the planet. So that's why I don't really invite soldiers anymore. I haven't for a while. I don't want them fighting in wars anymore. But I know that may be kind of harder said than done. But at any rate, being the true authentic self, to me, I could never ever join the military ever. That's not, I would not be able to live myself if I shot and killed somebody. Um, when stepping on ants, I even feel bad. But sometimes you got
Exactly. Oh,
that.
see, I had children and I watched Vietnam on the TV in the
Hmm.
60s, and I was opposed to um, what was happening. And so many young men were being
Hmm.
killed, and it was unnecessary. If you look at the Korean conflict, if you look at the Vietnam War,
Hmm.
these were all wars that we ended up agreeing to the same thing we could have agreed to prior to
Hmm.
the war. We got nothing from the 10 years. That
No.
nothing. So that should be a lesson to us to stay out of wars.
Well, wars are not fought to win or lose. Wars are fought for profit, and
They're
that's.
also fought many times to get out of economic problems.
Mhm.
Many times it's used. In fact, that's what pulled us out of the Depression, World War II.
Right, right. So to find your true authentic self, you just basically has to be still, and I guess and know. And you know something's interesting. When I was at a CODA meeting once, they said that you would find your true higher power when you stop trying to be one.
Exactly. That's why I say to people, I have learned to live in the mystery,
Hmm.
live in the mastery. Now, why do I say that? Because by living in the mystery means that
Hmm.
I don't have to seek something anymore outside of myself to
Hmm.
tell myself who I am. I am who I am. And in the mystery, I have the opportunity to not predetermine the outcome. The mystery allows me to be present in that moment. And if you're present in that moment, you're always going to make the best decision because you're not taking it from something else or someone else.
Hmm.
It's all about you and in that moment.
Something to think about. So I think I believe we all need to search for that authentic self because that's a good protector for our emotions.
Yeah, sit down and just write down what makes me happy. Write all those things.
Because
And what makes me me. All right?
do you sense when you look at a guy like Stephen Miller, who is the Homeland Security, or he's one of the advisors for Trump, and
Cold.
he's cold, hard ice. I
Mhm.
mean, he absolutely rejoices the fact that these ice thugs go around and tackle people, and just basically ruin their lives. I mean, I could easily be a target just by the way I look. And but he enjoys it. I
But
mean,
he's
there's
also
something wrong with that man.
his past life he was with Hitler in Germany, and he was powerful, and he's not a
Well,
very
he's with someone worse now.
yeah, it's well, he's kind of with Hitler too. Um,
Yeah,
but what he's doing is you have to dislike yourself an awful lot to just want to be harmful to others. What people do on the outside is an indication of who they are on the inside.
right.
And to feel good about harming others
Hmm.
um, means you've either been harmed a lot or you think it makes you feel powerful. But generally speaking, it's a person that's not too loving of themselves.
No, I would imagine not. So
Also, I will say this. On the planet right now, there are a lot of reptilians. There are a lot of ETs from a lot of other dimensions. And I wonder sometimes, because when I look at Stephen Miller, I don't see a human being there. I see a reptilian.
I see a monster. So yeah, that might be true. So, well,
Mhm.
anyways, this has been a very enlightening conversation for sure. So I'm glad we're doing things positive, finding the true authentic self. because that way, because I look at Trump supporters and to me, they just seem like they can't win themselves, so they rely on someone to win for them, or they have so much
Well, there's
disgust.
always going to be more followers than there's
There's going
leaders.
to be more followers, exactly. So
So we need good leaders for all the followers we have.
exactly. So at
Mhm.
any rate, Miss Jan, this has been very enlightening, and I want to thank you for taking the time to talk to me. We'll have this show uploaded at Apple Podcasts and at Spotify. Our audience is growing, so perhaps you
Great.
can like and tell your friends what we're having. We got a whole bunch of other guests coming up and talking about different topics, and of course, I'm going to go into storytelling, talk about my series about the universal laws.
Oh,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna talk about the law of the universal law of unity, the law number one. Talking about those Buddhist monks that walked across. Just a simple thought,
Mhm.
how simple walk just
How
unified.
powerful, how
And
powerful that was.
oh, powerful, powerful. It gave so many people hope and so much needed in this
You
country.
know, it's interesting. I have a client who's just spent the last 2 months in Thailand,
Oh, really?
and she says it's a Buddhist country.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And she said that it's shocking to her the difference in the smiles on the people's faces and the ability to get along with one another. It's just been the most peaceful 2 months of her life being in this Buddhist country.
Hmm. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So, all righty, Jan, until next time, this is Jim Haig, Truth Seeking Souls, and we will talk to you next time. Take care. Take care, Jan.
All righty. Bye-bye.